How does Reiki improve your wellness? Welcome to Tea at Taxevity, where you get insights from insiders who make life better, our many clients and friends. I'm Pramod Sharma, the actuary at the Taxevity Insurance Advisory, and when I'm not doing interviews, I'm helping people understand the financial risks they face and how to transfer them with insurance. Our guest today is Nasreen Toorabally. Welcome, Nasreen.
Thank you.
Now, Nasreen, what do you do when you're not being interviewed?
I do Reiki.
Okay, and I don't know enough about that, but we'll be asking about that particular topic. Okay, the first question is, what is Reiki?
So Reiki is a Japanese healing art that draws from the energy of the universe.
Okay, now that sounds, energy of the universe, but I guess it must have some benefits.
Yes, it helps with a lot of different things. It has therapeutic, it's actually a twofold practice that helps with the therapeutic healing and your spiritual healing. But in layman's term, I guess, when you're feeling nervous, stressed, you want to relax, Reiki can help. Reiki can also help you with healing faster. And the spiritual aspect of it could be the self-actualization. It helps with you wanting to become the person that you want to be.
Okay, now I'm an actuary, so very left brain, skeptical, etc. How does it work?
So Reiki, as I said, it draws from the energy of the universe. I should first
But what does that mean?
Yes, exactly.
Because I know there's energy all around us, but please explain.
So when we live, we have our physical body, but we also need that energy element, right? That's something that we can't explain or pinpoint. Science can't explain that energy and the energy that we require to live. And a good example would be when you're feeling depressed, what do you say? I don't have energy, I feel drained of energy, right? And
right.
When you're feeling good, you say, oh, I have so much energy, I'm energetic. So that's the energy that I'm talking about when I say energy of the universe.
Okay, because the energy is there the whole time, but we didn't have it in ourselves, perhaps.
Well, everybody has. You need that energy to live. It's just that how much you have. Everybody has a capacity, T at Taxevity.
Right.
That's my capacity, and I have so much energy. But I do something, I run a marathon, I drink, I've used up and it goes a little bit less, right?
Okay.
So now if I have so much energy, so I have the capacity to draw more. So by doing Reiki, so I have to connect to the energy here and I draw from it to bring it into myself and do energy circulation. So by doing that repeatedly, I'm able to increase this level to my capacity fullest and get it to overflow. And when you get it to overflow, that's the time when you're able to, I guess, actualize and be what you want to be and also help others, right? Because it's overflowing, you have excess, you can pass it on to somebody else.
Okay, so as a Reiki practitioner, what are you actually doing?
My ultimate goal is for people to be able to learn Reiki for themselves and do self-healing. So I have healing sessions for people who want to just come and feel relaxed. People who are so stressed, don't have time. They can come to my Reiki studio for 90 minutes and I will do a healing for them. And the outcome would be just a general relaxation. It may help with other things too. But my goal is that they ultimately learn it for themselves because Reiki is such a simple thing that while we're talking right now, I can place my hand on my stomach, on my chest, connect with Reiki and just say, okay, start. And I'm able to heal myself.
Okay, so your goal is for people to learn the techniques and then use them on themselves.
Yes.
Okay, that's refreshing because it seems when you go to a lot of people, they just want you as a customer for life. And you get the feeling that they could really fix the problems for you, but then you wouldn't come back. So it's really nice to see that you don't want repeat customers that way. How does someone become a Reiki practitioner?
It's fairly easy. You have to go through a process called attunement, which is kind of, your frequency is being adjusted to the frequency of the energy of the universe so that you can connect and pass the energy.
Okay.
And to do that, you would attend a lecture with us, with Japan Reiki Association. The lecture is for 6 hours, and we have a 2-hour practice session later on. And there are 3 different levels of learning Reiki. Level 1 is for self-healing. So essentially, my goal is that you do just level 1, because that's enough for yourself to be able to heal yourself. But people do get more interested, and you want to go to level 2, which is for distance healing, and to be able to heal others. And then level 3 is learning to live with Reiki, so to be able to reach that level of full capacity. And then there's teachers training, if you would like to become a teacher and then teach others.
Okay. And where did you learn?
I learned my Reiki in Japan, where actually Reiki originated.
Okay.
So I learned with Japan Reiki Association, and that's the where it started.
Okay, and how long did that process of learning take?
So yes, that's the process. It's very individual, but basically level 1, each level is a day's training, but how much gap you have between that depends on individual. And you do want to take the time to be able to get acquainted with that level. So you discuss with your teacher. So with the Japan Reiki Association, after you complete your level 3, we have to go through an eligibility exam to be able to get to the teacher's training. So it is quite a rigorous training session.
Okay, and does everyone go through this association, or are there other paths that people can take to be a practitioner?
Essentially, Reiki right now is not regulated, so anybody can become a Reiki practitioner. So you do need to be careful who you go to, because there are people on their internet that they will say, yes, I can do distance Reiki to you, I can attune you distantly, but no, you have to go to the right place and and have that training.
Okay, and because you're a member of this association, you've had a certain level of training and certain standards that you probably have to adhere to.
That's correct.
Okay, and how did you get involved with Reiki yourself?
I got involved because my mother actually started Reiki, and I didn't believe in Reiki. I was a skeptic. I'm a very, very logical, practical person that if I can't see, I don't believe. But when it's your parent who's doing it, then so you just go along and say, all right, go ahead and do it. And when she actually learned it in India, in a very speedy way, in 1 week, they told her, we'll make you a grandmaster. And so when the time came for her to teach Reiki, she realized that she didn't have the knowledge. And she knew that it originated from Japan. So when she went back to Japan, she researched and found the Japan Reiki Association, relearned with them. And then she felt she was equipped to teach again. So while she was doing that, actually, I got involved with the association because they wanted to translate their textbook. So I was still a skeptic, but I said, translating, sure, I can do that. So I got the theory part first, and then we went to India for a goodwill tour. I was in the middle of the Reiki circle, which means people around me are all doing Reiki.
Okay.
I'm in the middle. I was in the middle because I was translating. So, when you're middle of the circle, you feel the energy. And that was the first time that I actually felt something. And that was the turning point where I said, yes, I can, see.
Okay. So you had that practical experience, even though you couldn't really explain how it worked, you could see that it was working.
That's right.
And you said that you were translating from Japanese to what language?
English.
Okay, and how many languages do you know?
I have Japanese, English, I have Hindi, Urdu, and I'm trying to learn French.
My goodness. If someone is hiring you to do Reiki on them, what happens in a typical session?
A typical session with me would be they would come in, we would have a little bit of a discussion as to why they thought they needed to come for Reiki healing.
Mm-hmm.
And then a setup is just like going to a massage therapist. There is a massage table where they would lie fully clothed, and I would cover their eyes for relaxation. I have a relaxing music going on with dim lights, and I will connect with Reiki and place my hands on different parts of their body. It's starting with the head area, eyes, throat, and do the basic positions. And it lasts for about 60 minutes, and the whole session is a 90-minute session.
Okay, and then do people keep returning for those sessions, or do they get healed or take your courses?
It's very individual, but my goal is that yes, the person comes back for a class and learns to heal themselves. But it may take a number of times for them to, they might want to come back again for a healing session before they decide to take a class. But some people with just one session, they can really see the difference and they decide to come in for a class.
Okay, and how do you address people who are skeptical about the results?
As I said, I was a skeptic myself. I couldn't feel the Reiki for the longest time. And there are people that, when I do Reiki, they don't feel anything. And that's fine. That doesn't mean that Reiki is not going. Reiki is going through. It's just that, yes, you do need to feel something to be able to believe. So I just tell them to come back again and give it a try. You have to give it at least 3 tries, right?
Okay, yes, because it's too easy to jump to conclusions. I tried something, it didn't work, but maybe there was so much need for treatment that it would simply take longer to get the results.
That's true. One more thing maybe I might add is that even if people don't feel anything during the session, I try to give them pointers like, when you go back home, see if you were able to sleep better, or just look at your daily routine and see a subtle change. And that probably was because you had the Reiki session today. So some people are able to come back and say, yes, I think you're right. I didn't feel it during the session, but I was able to sleep better, or later on I could feel my shoulders light and relaxed. So.
Okay, that's really good, because that way people have things to look for rather than trying to show causality. I did this and I expected that would happen when maybe something else should have happened.
Yes.
Okay, what's your key message for our viewers?
I'd like them to look into their wellness routine and find what's right for them. I do Reiki, and Reiki is so simple that for me Reiki seems to work. So with this, I'd like you to explore your wellness routine and maybe, learn more about Reiki and make Reiki your wellness routine.
What's the best way for people to reach you?
Please visit my website, japan-reiki.ca, or send me an email, or you can call me.
Okay, thanks for dropping by.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for Tea at Taxevity. The Taxevity Insurance Advisory helps you understand insurance and bridges gaps in your coverage. There's no premium for peace of mind. How healthy is your insurance?